Hey, welcome to our 4-minute devotion. My name is Jeffrey.
And Elizabeth.
How many devos have we done now, Elizabeth?
We're up to number 22.
That's a lot of devotion, isn't it?
Yep.
Today we are looking at Psalm 71. It is a very long psalm, so we're not going to read all of it. I'm going to encourage you to have a look at it after this devotion is finished, but we are going to concentrate on verse 14.
As for me, I will always have hope. I will praise you more and more.
I will always have hope. I want to pay tribute to a colleague and friend who was buried yesterday after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. His name was Carl James, and at the funeral, a number of people made this comment: he finished well. There are three things that I learned from Psalm 71, and lesson number one is that we should never celebrate death. We should celebrate the victory that we have over death. God hates death. In fact, he hates it so much that at the end of the book of Revelation, he casts death into hell, and God grieves over everyone who loses their life.
And in Acts chapter 8, we read, Godly men buried Stephen and mourned deeply for him.
At the end of the age, death will be in hell, and you and I will be in heaven. That is our hope. Our hope is eternal life spent with God.
In John 14, we read, Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am.
Lesson number two is the end of dying is the beginning of a new life for a child of God. Some people finish their life after a long struggle with cancer, but for a child of God, that is the end of dying, and it is the beginning of a new life as a child of God in heaven. In this world, we can struggle with things like alcoholism or addiction or poverty, and for us, there is a promise, and that is that we can end the curse that has been plaguing our family for 100 years. The decisions you make today for God will affect your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren.
Maintaining love to thousands and forgiving wickedness, rebellion, and sin. Yet he does not leave the guilty unpunished. He punishes the children and their children for the sins of the parents to the third and fourth generation.
Our future is in heaven.
As we read in Matthew chapter 5, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
Lesson number three is that if you want to invest in heaven, then invest in people who are going there. You can pray for people, you can share the gospel with them, you can forgive them.
Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
The life you live here is a testimony to what you regard as valuable. And we do have an inheritance in heaven.
Since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward, it is the Lord Christ you are serving.
And so, in conclusion, how you finish is just as important as how you began. You may have become a Christian in a great flash of light. You may have come to it very slowly, but you can stay passionate, it can stay fresh, and you can leave this world with the same hope that you began with.